What's good, YouTube, and welcome back to a brand new video. Look, man, if y'all new here to the channel, I need y'all to do me a few favors. Number one, like this video. I'll appreciate it. Number two, subscribe to the channel. I'll appreciate it. And number three, make sure y'all turn on that bell, man, so whenever I drop a new video, you will be notified. Once again, I'll appreciate it. Today's shout out goes to Matt Croney. Once again, shout out to Matt Croney. Also, if y'all not following me on Instagram, make sure y'all go over there and follow me at keepworking_00. Once again, that's keepworking_00. Especially if y'all want to see a different side of me from here on YouTube. Look, man, here in today's video, we're going to be reacting to a video from WrestleMania. You know, man, I tried to do WWE Raw highlights from this past Monday. YouTube, they blocked my video, so they took it down or whatever, and I was just shaking my head, man. So hopefully this video, it stay monetized and it don't get blocked. But do me a favor and watch this entire video because it helped me out on YouTube a lot. But with all of it out the way, let's get into the video.
Wrestlers who tried to hijack another success. Number 10, Triple H.
Triple H was known for burning a couple people back in the early 2000s,
for the Evolution
like
stable.
Booker T at WrestleMania and etc.
Forces with Triple H and Ric Flair. The two names in question were Randy Orton and Mark Jindrak. Whilst Triple H was on board with Orton as he saw great potential, the same couldn't be said for Mark Jindrak. Whilst Jindrak was somewhat decent in the ring and had a great look, Triple H simply wasn't a fan. Despite the game's reservations, McMahon persisted with Jindrak.
I remember saying that.
WWE would even shoot a promo video featuring Jindrak in the faction. Eventually, McMahon came round to the idea of kicking Jindrak out of the faction, and instead Batista would take his place. This was
just ready to say that
would benefit WWE in the long run.
I
as
think
Batista
it was for
would go
the
on to
better.
become a household name for
What
WWE.
do y'all think, man?
He would even break out of WWE to become one of the biggest names in Hollywood. Was Triple H right to hijack the creative plans for Jindrak?
I would say
it's hard to
kinda,
definitely say,
in my
but the
opinion.
Evolution faction was a massive success for WWE, and it's difficult to imagine the faction including Jindrak instead of Batista.
Oh
Number
yeah,
9,
I know Brock
Lesnar
and Riddle do not like each other in real life.
The 2022 Royal Rumble was a total disaster. While it's widely regarded as one of the worst Rumble matches in WWE history, the match was a
I've been watching WWE since 2009. That Rumble was trash, bro.
And the match was focused on names such as Brock Lesnar and Shane McMahon, which didn't sit well with fans. Initially, it was reported that Riddle was the man that WWE were going to have win the matchup, and Riddle even confirmed this himself. As he was prone to do, Lesnar, who'd always had a ton of resentment towards Riddle, interjected himself in Riddle's big
So
night.
Riddle would have faced Roman at Mania?
Victory. Speaking during a virtual signing, this is what Riddle had to say on the matter. I was told that I was going to win the Rumble and everything else, and then Bobby Lashley beat Brock Lesnar because somebody came in and hit him with the belt or what have you. Then Brock came in, didn't want to do business with everybody, said he was winning, and then he won. Like none of the producers, nobody stood up to him and they let him do it. I didn't either. Whilst Riddle isn't everyone's cup of tea,
It wasn't, and that was another reason why it was one of the worst Rumbles of all time.
Names such as Riddle win one of the most prestigious matches on WWE's calendar. Number 8, The Undertaker hijacked CM Punk. CM Punk was on the roll of his career in 2009. He'd embarked on a critically acclaimed heel turn and he was firing on all cylinders. However, when Punk was booked to wrestle The Undertaker for the world title at Hell in a Cell, it came as a surprise that Punk would drop the title so convincingly. It later surfaced that the dead man had a personal issue with Punk, and this led to the WWE losing faith in the popular star. The story goes that Punk wasn't following WWE's dress code, and with The Undertaker being the locker room leader, he reportedly spoke to management.
That's one thing about Punk, though, bro. Punk always stood his ground.
During a Patreon Q&A, The Undertaker opened up regarding this urban legend, and he did state that he did have words with Punk over his appearance, yet The Undertaker fails to confirm if he spoke to WWE management. So we had an initiative at one point where they wanted us, the wrestlers, traveling to dress a little bit nicer. They wanted us in business casual with a really relaxed viewpoint.
I heard about this story before,
I think
though.
Might have been in Europe and we were getting off the bus and getting ready to go to the arena, and I just stopped him because he was, you know, he was dressing did back in the day, whatever it was. I was like, hey man, none of us like having to dress like this, but you're gonna get a little bit of heat with the boys. You might just want to think about dressing a little better. If I recall correctly, he says, well, what about Cena? I may have replied, you're not Cena. There's nothing wrong with that. Number 7.
Oh yeah, this was crazy, man.
Wade Barrett.
The Nexus should have won over, though, bro. I'm not even gonna lie. The Nexus was on fire back in 2010, bro. They should have won.
The names credible and legitimate. One of the key names of the faction was to get Wade Barrett over. Barrett had all the tools to become WWE Champion, and SummerSlam 2010 was going to be Barrett's triumphant night as WWE booked him and the Nexus to defeat Team WWE led by John Cena. Cena unfortunately had other ideas as he used his backstage power to get the match finished changed
that was the wrong choice
and completely annihilated Barrett's star power as a potential main event player within the company. Cena had no business doing this, as although he was WWE's top star, WWE needed to make new stars to carry the company, and Cena clearly was insecure and was worried about his own status. WWE would attempt to make amends for this atrocious booking move in the 2010 Hell in a Cell. Thanks to interference, Barrett would defeat Cena.
Yeah, because he still ain't won a title with nothing that year.
With the storyline, Cena would eventually admit years
maybe
later
that was the right
wrong,
time to push weight.
He told this to Barrett directly. Number 6, Charlotte Flair hijacked Becky Lynch.
Who do y'all think the best wrestler in the Four Horsewomen?
However, when Lynch became insanely popular in 2018, this led to natural resentment.
It's tough because they all good, bruh.
It's often claimed that Flair was jealous of Lynch's success, especially her incredible connection with the audience, as it was purely organic. There was one notorious incident on SmackDown which led to Flair being accused of trying to hijack Lynch's success. Bizarrely, WWE booked a segment in which Flair and Lynch would exchange their respective women's titles.
I did not like this, bro. I did not like this segment. I remember this segment.
Made Lynch look incredibly
Charlotte was doing too much, bro. Shane had to do all that.
What Flair was doing, and so did the WWE authority figure Sonya Deville. When the women came backstage, it was said that things almost got physical. This was truly childish.
It was like, why was she so mad, bro?
Better. Lynch would reflect on the infamous segment during an appearance on Broken Skull Sessions, and Lynch said she knew that Flair was going to try to deviate away from the script. It should have been a straightforward thing. We were supposed to exchange the titles. I grabbed it out of her hand unknowingly. I'm Becky 2 belts for a second, then I toss her the title. Then she tells Sonya Deville to pick it up. Then she challenges me to a fight and I back out of it and I go. So everybody was supposed to get their moment there. Now Lynch continued by saying, I told some people that this is what's going to happen. When I try to grab it, she's going to drop it.
That's crazy.
That's what happened.
You knew that.
And so when all this
nobody ain't say nothing?
I was just fuming. Mostly because I knew in advance that was what was going to happen and I had no way to stop it.
Nobody ain't say nothing to Charlotte.
Number
That's
5,
crazy.
Triple H hijacked Rob Van Dam. In the second half of 2002, Rob Van Dam was arguably the most popular wrestler in WWE. When it was confirmed that WWE would be introducing a second world title for the Raw brand, it was a firm belief amongst the fans that RVD should be the one to win it. This new world title was eventually awarded to Triple H, but with RVD being the game's first challenger, there was some hope that RVD was going to defeat him to finally
he was known for burning people back then, like I said.
It was believed that Triple H was the one behind RVD being mysteriously moved down the card in 2002. It was rumored that RVD rejected Triple H's help with his promo work, and this led to the Cerebral Assassin taking great offense, and before fans knew it, RVD was out of the title hunt. This was a case of Triple H believing that every wrestler wanted his help, and it was possibly a version of the game that was incredibly insecure and was terrified that a popular star such as RVD may replace him in the upper echelon of WWE.
It didn't work out for RVD anyway, so with his smoking habits and stuff,
WWE title
or whatever RVD was going through,
alienated a lot of fans. And when WWE was set to book a champion versus champion showdown between Mahal and Universal Champion Brock Lesnar for Survivor Series, Lesnar said absolutely not.
I don't think so, buddy.
To drop the WWE title.
Jinder Mahal was not a good WWE champion.
And AJ versus Lesnar was now the main focus for the annual Survivor Series.
Anyway.
It was rumored that Lesnar was behind this change as he had no interest in working with Mahal, and these rumors were confirmed by former SmackDown showrunner Road Dogg on his podcast back in 2022. Lesnar hijacking Mahal's run seemed drastic, yet there was no way WWE fans were going to take a match between the two seriously, and Lesnar versus AJ.
Yeah, Lesnar and AJ was a way better match.
And this one never occurred unless Lesnar used his backstage influence. Number 3, John Cena hijacked Alex Riley. When Alex Riley broke away from The Miz in 2011, WWE cemented Riley as one of the top babyfaces in the promotion. Riley was, to his credit, incredibly over, and he was even a rumored frontrunner for the 2011 Money in the Bank briefcase. Virtually overnight, Riley's strong presentation stopped completely.
Weird.
Riley was barely featured on WWE TV. It turned out that John Cena was the man behind this, as
Cena was something back in the day too, bro. I know a lot of people
where Riley
came to appreciate him, but he was something else too.
Struck a nerve with the WWE's franchise guy. Riley had a ton of potential in the company, and Cena was influential in Riley failing to reach the top of the ladder on the main roster. In relation to what Riley himself says about Cena hijacking and derailing his moment back in 2011, this is what he had to say during an interview with Chris Van Vliet. I think it came down to, at the end, two men just not liking each other. As sad as that is, it had an impact on my career because he is who he is, I just happened to be in a situation where right from the it was just he didn't like me. I just don't think he did. I tried to change that the best I could. I worked very hard and tried to do the best I could to grow
get everybody
and
like
fit
you,
in a
man.
way
That's just life.
fits in, and he wanted me to fit in. It just kind of got to the point where a little bit.
Alex Riley had potential though, in my opinion.
What's up with that? I don't know. So it was a tough situation. Number 2, Hulk Hogan hijacked The Undertaker. Hulk Hogan has unfortunately made a career out of hijacking the success of wrestlers.
Yeah, Hulk Hogan. I don't know who was worse, boy, Hulk Hogan or Triple H.
Survivor Series, The Undertaker defeated Hulk Hogan to win the WWE title. Following the match, Hogan claimed that The Undertaker hurt his neck following a tombstone onto a chair. This was a complete lie. The Undertaker took great care of Hogan, and Hogan was just trying to stop The Undertaker's momentum by telling this disgusting lie. Speaking to ESPN in an out-of-character interview, the dead man talked about this, and he revealed that it wasn't until he watched the footage back that he realized that Hogan's head didn't even make contact with the chair. And I got to San Antonio and I was like, Terry, I watched it back. Your head never hit. He was like, well, brother, what it was, you had me so tight that when I came down, I had nowhere to move. And that's just what jammed my neck.
Oh, you lying, bro.
At that point, I was like, okay, I know what you're all about. And that's all I needed. Thankfully, almost everyone within WWE knew what Hogan was like as a human being, so they didn't invest in Hogan's lies and accusations. And
Triple H again. But this is third or fourth time on the list.
WWE fans have firmly chosen Jeff Hardy as a new face of the company in 2008. Hardy had connected with every demographic, and it came time at the Armageddon pay-per-view to finally crown Hardy as the guy. Hardy would defeat both Edge and Triple H in a triple threat match to become WWE champion, and for the first time, and whilst most WWE names backstage were on board with Hardy
Jeff Hardy, bro, he could have been almost at John Cena status though, ain't it? Wow, he was popular.
Jr., WWE received pushback from the game as he questioned if Hardy was truly ready to win the WWE Championship. The game would even ask if the company could even trust Hardy in such a prestigious position.
I mean, he did have problems,
to Hardy's personal issues. Although Vince McMahon did indeed crown Hardy in late 2008, his reign would only last a month and he would drop the title back to Edge at the next pay-per-view event. Triple H had clearly gotten into McMahon's
head,
know
as it was no Vince, he gonna listen to Hunter, boy.
The title, and it was another case of Triple H hijacking someone's popularity out of total spite. But there you have it, folks. 10 WWE wrestlers who tried to hijack another success.
I don't know if people still do that now, but back then, it was something.
Alright, man, well, that is the end of that video, man. Let me know if y'all enjoy me reacting to that. If y'all want me to react to more WrestleMania content, let me know down in the comment sections below, and I got y'all, man. That was a good video. It was crazy, bro. But like, subscribe, comment, do all that good stuff, y'all. Like I said, hopefully this video do not get copyrighted. But I'm out. Peace. Y'all have a blessed day, man.